for today, we are in the second. As you see, we will get to know the experience from the Balkans through this workshop that is being prepared by them. In the afternoon, we will be having a gender talk on how networks strengthen the gender-sensitive transport solutions. Then we will be ending with energy efficiency and vehicles standard. Next days, we will be going to standardizing and adaptation, also energy, and we will be knowing from Africa and Latin America. And you are all invited to participate in our Writing a Future for Transport Climate Action on Thursday, where we will collectively building the message to be shared during the COP next Monday in Baku. So with that in mind, and I know that everyone is prepared already, I would like to introduce the next session. And for that, I would like to ask for Sustainable Urban Mobility System Going Net Zero, the experience for the Western Balkans, with the provocative questions on who owns the public space. I would like to give the floor to Haris Bilalovic, who will lead us into this walk experience.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Good morning to all of you from Sarajevo and Western Balkans, I should say. We're more than thrilled to walk this walk and not only to talk the talk. So we are rather delighted to see many people interested live in joining us through this unique sustainable walk through the Western Balkans. As Andrea mentioned, there is quite intriguing question we would like to answer. Who owns the public spaces? And maybe we would add another one. Who is ready to re-own them? Are citizens actually aware that public spaces are belonging to them, and that they are the key factors in making those public spaces sustainable and more adjusted to their needs? On what's to follow in less than an hour time is a really virtual tour through the Western Balkans. We will visit countries that do bear this acronym WB6, so off to Albania, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. We have a lineup of extraordinary presenters who will literally walk us through the interesting spaces they're ready to share. They're representatives of cities, municipalities, but also associations of cities and municipalities, NGOs, experts, and let's call them what's very known within this platform in region, and that's SUM enthusiasts. There are many of them, and they are ready to share this enthusiasm with us, all joining in live this morning, but also to and with all who will be watching in subsequent days this recorded session. This is a right time if we're gonna make it really timekeeper savvy and aware, where we will have a keynote presentation. And that's all about implementing sustainable urban mobility, best practices in action. That's why we're this morning here. Responsible for this keynote presentation will be a colleague seated à côté de moi, as French would say, in front of me. We are shared spaces and GIZ offices here in a rather foggy Sarajevo this morning. She is Milenka Mila Knežević, program component manager within GIZ offices in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the first lady, I should say, of sustainable urban mobility processes in Western Balkan countries as a program component manager. So she has a vast experience, 15 years of experience in integrated planning, energy, and climate change. She is the person of the moment. Over to you, Mila. Good morning.
Good morning, Haris, and nice to meet all of you. Hello and the warm welcome, dear partners, friends, and guests. I will share my presentation. So I will try to go very quickly through all these achievements that we already have in Western Balkan countries. Okay, I suppose you can see my presentation, and just information for you, I cannot see you right now. So in case of any questions, you can just stop and ask, or you can use chat option. So yes, let's drive to the future and explore sustainable urban mobility development in Western Balkan countries. So it's 2018 year, the climate neutrality and net zero greenhouse gas emissions are achieved already in 2015. So this man is looking at the first improvements of urban mobility transport in Western Balkan countries. So let's join him in this journey. So he is looking at one of the first documents developed in 2019 in Western Balkans. In that time, we didn't have some experts which are dealing with urban mobility topics. So we decided to organize some boot camp, and the story began actually after this some boot camp. Participants were from academia, from NGO sector, public-private sector, and these actually experts supported cities in Western Balkan countries for development of some solution documents. Of course, these experts were supported by international expertise. Then you can see some of the pilot projects that we supported in the previous period. You can see a lot of improvements regarding implementation of European Mobility Week, also development of one manual how to coordinate European Mobility Week. So we didn't support only soft measures during preparation during implementation of this flagship event of the EU related to urban mobility, but we also supported some permanent measures. So what was the next step? We had developed some solution documents in Western Balkans, but implementation wasn't on so good level. So we decided to support with development of the guideline. It's time for action for effective and cooperative SAMP implementation. And here is some analysis that we can briefly go through the lacks of Western Balkan cities and municipalities. What is the main issue that decision makers are just like using implementation of some documents as some political will, how to say, not the real needs of the citizens. Also, there is no centralized, for example, traffic database, no persons who are in charge for annual action planning, for preparation of monitoring and reports to the assembly. So all implementation was on the at ad hoc level. So we try to change this approach and to have systematic implementation of some documents. So all these exchanges and the improvements are organized through very, how to say, close cooperation with Civinet Slovenia, Croatia, Southeast Europe network. Then we supported at the local level adjustment of organizational structures, of rule book of organization systematization of job positions, establishment of urban mobility advisory boards of the mayors, and supported with all, actually 18 partners were supported by this, and one ministry. So right now we have a lot of positive changes. You can see some of the cities which are listed on the slide. And of course, we will hear some of these changes in implementation of permanent measures from urban mobility plan during the next walk tour through Western Balkan cities and municipalities. What else? We are supporting associations of cities and municipalities, and we would like that they become actually some focal points in their countries. Through all these support, we have exchange meetings with green parliamentary groups, so with parliamentarians in all 6 Western Balkan countries, discussing about green agenda, but of course focusing on sustainable transport and in general urban mobility topics. And you will see one of the good examples related to cooperation with parliamentarians is actually organized Sarajevo Film Festival, during which our colleagues will show you more about this. We'll present more about this. We use actually this festival to reshape the public space of the Sarajevo city with very high involvement of public, actually to have public participation and to have very high involvement of our citizens. So what's actually next? This virtual tour is finished in this museum. So we are now in 2024. We still need to achieve this climate neutrality. And yes, let's enjoy this virtual walking through all 6 Western Balkan cities to explore urban mobility improvements and make some historical moments in connecting the dots for the Transport Museum, which has been presented at the beginning of this story in the future. So this is my introduction, and I believe you will enjoy in all these walking tour through Western Balkan cities and municipalities. Haris.
Thank you so much, Mila. I have to compliment your outfit today. It's appropriately green this morning, as also we have seen in your presentation a rather present color. Let's walk this walk. We hope that Wi-Fi and all other technical requirements will be on our side in the next 15 minutes as we initiate our tour. We will really be introduced to wonderful initiatives that are potentially answering the question we have asked at the very beginning: who owns the public spaces and who is ready to re-own them? And we are giving a special emphasis on citizens and their initiatives. So off we go together to Belgrade, where we will hear more from Jelena Davidovic. She represents the city of Belgrade, another impressive expert, I should say, with many years of experience. She is a person with a know-how, taking into account that she graduated at Faculty of Transport and Traffic Engineering, and she's currently working on adjusting urban plans and urban design projects through traffic solutions based on analytical approach. So analysis/action. So she's not alone. Of course, all of our presenters today are equipped with their besties, let's call them that way, assistants who will actually be in a role of cameraman and camerawoman around the cities we will walk, and we will hear in Belgrade more about this from cars to pedestrians initiative. We see, Jelena, that sky above Belgrade is royal blue without any single cloud, and it's lovely to have you with us this morning. Good morning.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good
We
morning
hear you and
from
we see you
sunny and
wonderfully.
not so warm Belgrade. I feel like I'm preparing to give my votes on Eurovision. So greetings from Belgrade. We are meeting here today and we are starting our journey from the oldest pedestrian street in Belgrade. The name of this street is Skadarlija Street. It is more than 300 years old. And it's our proudest pedestrian zone in Belgrade. But that is not the reason that we are meeting here. We don't want to talk about the past. We want to talk about the future. So let me take you on a journey through one of Belgrade's most remarkable urban transformation. It's the story of Strahinja Bana Street. This transformation perfectly illustrates how we can redistribute our spaces to create more livable, sustainable, and vibrant urban environments. Just a few years ago, like many urban streets, the Strahinja Bana Street that we are currently walking in was also mostly dedicated to cars. We have completely transformed this section of Strahinja Bana Street into a pedestrian zone that seamlessly connects with our historic Skadarlija Street, which is the Belgrade's oldest pedestrian zone. So this transformation represents more than just a change in urban design. It is a bold statement about our vision of Belgrade's future. What was once filled with parked cars and the noise of cars is now vibrant public space where pedestrians are the rulers of the space. So children can freely ride their scooters, families can stroll together, and friends meet at outdoor cafes, as you're able to see them now in the camera. And the newly planted trees provide natural shade for comfortable public seating. We've also tackled one of the biggest challenges in pedestrian zones, which is urban logistics. And we will now get to that point where the access to the cars is restricted. But as the Skadarlija Street has a lot of cafes, famous for tourists also, we had to give availability for the delivery cars to enter this zone. So the zone is equipped with the state-of-art automatic access control systems for delivery vehicles, as you can see it now in the beginning of the street. This smart solution ensures that local businesses can receive their deliveries efficiently. So this transformation embodies our answer to the question, who owns the public space? The answer is clear. It belongs to the citizens, to the people. We wanted to, by removing cars from this street, we haven't just changed its physical appearance. We've returned this valuable urban space to its rightful owners, the citizens of Belgrade. So as we look to the future, this transformation serves as an inspiring example of how we can reimagine our urban spaces in Western Balkans. It shows that with vision, commitment, and good planning, we can create urban environments that truly serve their communities while advancing our goals for sustainable mobility. Thank you very much for your attention today.
Thank you, Jelena and Ceca. Jelena and Ceca, we would say 12 points go to Belgrade. Well done. You set the tone right. Wonderful to hear about this rather brave initiative that's taking strong hold and actually being fully implemented. Please stay with us as we will possibly tune in later to Belgrade and both of you as the walking discussion takes place. From Belgrade, we will move a bit further south to Podgorica, capital of Montenegro, where we are supposed to be greeted by Marija Kljajić. She's secretary of the Committee for Spatial Planning in Union of Municipalities of Montenegro. Her role is to coordinate urban mobility projects and activities at the local level across Montenegro, fostering effective urban solutions. This morning, we will hear from Maria more about BEMAX park. What is it all about? How does it look like? Any seconds now, we will discover more. Another spotless, cloudless sky, this time above Podgorica. Dobro jutro, Podgorica, Sarajevo calling. Just make sure that your microphone is on and it's not muted. Thank you. Let's try now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see you. With me is my colleague, Žana Đukić, Secretary of the Committee for Finances. We would like to greet you from our city park, Bemax Park, or as we more like it, call to it Tološka šuma. This is one of the most beautiful parks in Podgorica. We chose to present you this park not only because it is related for this topic, but also it is one of the most popular places where we spend our free time. So this park is spread over 30,000 square meters of a green area. Besides, the park also has bicycle trails that surround the entire park. It is important to mention that the capital city Podgorica for many years implements a project to subsidize the purchase of bicycles for our citizens in the amount of €100. Then there are walking paths along in the interior park. We also have 2 basketball courts that are free to use until 6 p.m. and are mostly used by our children and youth. There is also an outdoor gym as well as a children's playground. Children's playground is very big and new. There also we have tables for table tennis. The capital city Podgorica regularly organizes competition for amateurs in the table tennis. Also, we have a chess table for those who want to be active, which is very popular among elderly. There is a cafe where there is no alcohol because we take care of health, and we also have machines of the coffee and drink if you want to refresh ourselves without sitting in the cafe. In addition, there is a bike part right outside the park, which is connected to the city center. So if you want, you can ride your bike from your house to the park. So one more time, we have a bicycle path connected from the city center to our park. The distance is approximately 2 kilometers. Also, there are bus stations to use regular city transport if citizens are not yet ready to ride bike or walk. There is a good connection with the city center, and those are all positive solutions for sustainable urban mobility. Also, the capital city has free transportation, bus transportation for primary and secondary school students on the territory of the capital city. As I said, the park is located in the narrow core of the city, 2 kilometers from the center. Nearby are university center, shopping malls, restaurants, science and technology park. Some of the ministry are not far from us, and you see that our park have a good location. At the end of my presentation, I would like to thank you all to invite you to visit us, to visit my beautiful country, to my beautiful capital city Podgorica. Also, and you drink coffee with me in our park, Bemax Park. Also, especially I have to thank you, GIZ ladies Mila Knežević and Jasna Sekulović. We had many years, we had good cooperation, we had good support and experts' help. And now in Montenegro, we have good results for sustainable urban mobility, especially for capital city Podgorica. Best regards from Podgorica.
Thank you so much, Maria, definitely for sharing the SUM enthusiasm, which was more than evident by showcasing BMX Park, ideal for this cycling tour, walking, or chess playing. I saw chessboard in a park, so next time we are downtown in Podgorica, I invite you for a play of chess, if I may, whenever that happens. Thank you once again. All the best. Please stay with us. As many participants are, we're now, and it's quite remarkable, with 100 people following this session. Wow, kudos, very good. So there is a huge interest in Western Balkans. Not surprising, because we can see actually that some of the cities in the area are becoming one of the most sought touristic destinations in a year to come. So Western Balkans, place to be for also sustainable and urban mobility. Off to Pristina. We will meet there someone who I had pleasure to meet during the Green Summit we had earlier this summer in Sarajevo, Gent Seydiu. He represents the city of Pristina, another expert in this field. He's not a man who will talk the talk. As you can see, he will walk the walk, really, and introduce us to a very interesting point Pristina can share with us, and that's solar parking. So without further ado, good morning, Pristina, good morning, Ghent, over to you.
Good morning, Harris. Good morning, everybody. We are from Pristina here. We're next to our project. I'm with Dugajin, our colleague from GIZ. And well, we need to thank GIZ and his team and the rest of the team in Sarajevo, Mila, and everybody for making possible this project. And we are at the site, which is basically we are in the national park here of Pristina. It's one of the largest national parks in Kosovo, next to the Pristina. And behind me, you can see is a swimming pool there, the largest swimming pool. And here we go. And right here is a parking space, a lot which is being used for people who go to the national park during the day and do running, and they go to have a coffee there, and they run to running tracks and trails, and it's a beautiful place. The parking space is for around 80 cars around here, and when we came to the idea to have the space to be used for the generator, I mean to have something which can people park their cars and they charge the cars as well. As you can see behind of me, just here is a charging station for one vehicle we did, and on the back of it, as you can see, is a panel station, solar parking, which is with 35 kilowatts per hour power. Idea is to produce the electricity here for the needs of municipality buildings like the swimming pool, and there's a bus station here as well, and whatever it is. What we're looking for is the project is going very well. I mean, we get the data every day. The production of electricity is doing well. I mean, obviously, it's a small solar parking. I mean, as a capacities, but idea is to increase the capacities and to use all the other spaces here, as you can see it on the back, and to cover basically to have maybe up to 150 kilowatts per hour production done to maximize the project. So that's what it is so far for Pristina.
Well done, Pristina. Thank you once again, Ghent. You can see some applauding emoticons going around our chat. So
Thank you.
well deserved,
Thank you.
well deserved. We'll be back to Pristina and some hearts as well. Somebody is sending hearts over to Pristina. Again, we'll talk to you later during the walking discussion. Good job with your colleague from GIZ office. Wonderful skies above Pristina. I hope that things will improve in Sarajevo as well, because now we are off and all eyes on city of Sarajevo, voted as the destination to visit in 2025 by National Geographic as of recently. I am happy to see the face of Nermina Suljevic and her colleague. Nermina Suljevic is joining us on behalf of City of Sarajevo. Amela Šačerbegović is representing Ministry of Traffic of Canton of Sarajevo. Ladies who will introduce Sarajevo at its best this morning. And I should say that this is a little bit of trivia. Nermina and I, we belong to the same high school generation. So I should say good morning generation, and let's share some SUM enthusiasm from capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yes, good morning. Amela and I reporting live from the Olympic pool in Sarajevo, and we are not here for swimming, even though it sounds tempting, but swimming is not the only fun thing and interesting thing around here. We are here to present you the mobility island, the first mobility island in Sarajevo. And yes, and it looks like Sarajevo is the only Western Balkan city that doesn't have a sun this morning, but I hope we will, our presentation will bring some light today. So first, so the mobility island is a concept which is like a Lego concept where you can build different elements one next to the other and create and improve the mobility in one place. So here you have, firstly, you can see let's say the bike parking, and here we have multiple bike parkings. One is also supported by GIZ because of the high demand. A lot of people here, as you can see here in bike parking, even though it's a very cold day in Sarajevo today, still people are using bikes to come. Another part of this mobility island is the charger for e-vehicles, and this charger is it's also important because another project that was supported by GIZ, as you can see currently, there are many of those vehicles that are used for the transport of children who are coming here. And there are also children with disabilities who are using the Olympic pool for the rehabilitation purposes. And together with GIZ, we are actually getting electric vehicle, which will be used to for the children with disabilities who are coming to the pool for the rehabilitation purposes. So that's why it's also important that we are having infrastructure to accommodate this electric car and to have this charger. Also here, Amela will show you a bit around. We have a walking lanes next to the river. We also have a bike lane. We're walking now towards this. And another thing that we will show you, it is a small step for the world, but big step for Sarajevo. We have the first bike counter in Sarajevo, and it was recently installed together. So Ministry of Traffic, City of Sarajevo, with support of GIZ. We are really thankful to GIZ for the support that they are giving us, not only to have a SAMP in Sarajevo, but also to implement it. And another of the measures that we implemented from SAMP is this counter. As you can see, what Amela is showing you, the tram station, which is nearby. And you can also see a glimpse of our new trams. This is another project that we are very proud of. I don't know if this fun fact that Sarajevo was actually the first in the whole Europe that has trams, because during in 1995, where Sarajevo, Bosnia was, and also Sarajevo, we had this Austro-Hungarian who wanted to test the trams, and they wanted to test it in Sarajevo. And here you can see the bicycle counter. As you can see, even though it's a cold day, we have today already 146 those bikes that went through this bike lane. And since, I mean, it has been only 10 days since we set up this counter, and already we have 7,385 registered bikes that went on this path. So I think this is really good. This counter is very important because now we also have data which we didn't have until now. So here Amela is showing you the bike lane that we have here. We are really working hard to, I mean, we're lucky to have many bike lanes, and we're trying to improve bike infrastructure. As you could see in our topic, part of our topic is also Sarajevo Film Festival, and we want also to mention that during Sarajevo Film Festival is another great example and great good practice which promotes the sustainable urban mobility. Not only that they are using the sharing bikes and sharing scooters and electric car during the festivals for the visitors, but they also are organizing different panels. They're organizing parliamentarians from the Western Balkans to come and discuss the topic of sustainable urban mobility and to come up with some conclusions, because all of us in the Western Balkans, we are facing similar challenges. And it's always good to have those opportunities to come together and discuss these issues and share experiences. So Sarajevo Film Festival is helping to actually is offering a space to do this, to have these discussions. They're organizing different panels. And during Sarajevo Film Festival, also many streets are closed. We are having cinemas on streets. We're having concert DJs. And so again, if we're answering the question, who owns the public space, definitely the citizens, but also the visitors that are coming to visit Sarajevo and all of our cities in Western Balkans. So we're hoping that with this brief tour that we inspired you to come to Sarajevo, that you want to visit Sarajevo Film Festival and to actually see how the urban mobility is in Sarajevo, but definitely to enjoy Sarajevo Film Festival with everything that it offers.
Thank you so much, Ermina. The big gray building I see on the horizon is very familiar to me on that route. Great job, both of you. Not only that people should visit in Sarajevo, but I think here in GIZ office, we are more than convinced we will not ever leave the city as it's getting more and more improved, sustainable and urban its mobility. Let's check a bit of chat because people did make comments about your presentation. We have, okay, I have now only the surname. Shefat is impressed by the tram in Sarajevo. It's amazing. Glad that it gets modernized and extended. Also, they have best köfte in the region. That's cevapi. I'm getting now assisted. We call it cevapi, just for your Bosnian lexic to be more precise. Charming colleague Ines Bulaj shared with you in chat LinkedIn link that rhymes even about Sarajevo welcoming its first bike activity. So you should definitely check it. Damir is sending us a son that we are missing about Sarajevo. Also, there is a comment. I like the fact that the parking in Pristina is not paved with asphalt, but permeable. It will be less hot in summer, and if rains, the water can drain naturally. True that. Very jealous of all this sunny weather we are seeing from cloudy Netherlands. James is writing. So yes, somebody, Andrea Palma in Montenegro. I must go. Yes, book your dates as of next week. So please, we are encouraging you to continue sharing your thoughts and impressions in chat. And also we will be opening it later on for session, which is going to be a walkie-talkie session. So all those us included in Sarajevo, requiring and desiring upon, wishing upon sun, not upon stars, but wishing upon sun this morning. We'll get enough of the sun because we are getting even further south this morning, off to Ohrid, and Northern Macedonia. We will be introduced about rather impressive cycling infrastructure in this area. In Ohrid, we are being welcomed and greeted by Zdravko Petreski, city of Ohrid, who is below cloudless sky. That's what we hoped and expected for. Zdravko, dobro jutro, Sarajevo calling over to you, Ohrid. Just make sure that your mic is not on a mute function, which it is now. We see the flag of Northern Macedonia. There is a song, Macedonia by Dada Topic, where the eternal sun shines. So that would be a good soundtrack. So Zdravko, make sure on your phone that mic is on. Currently, it's muted, so we do not hear you. Beautiful, beautiful scenery of Ohrid. Zdravko, I think now
Can you
you're
hear
good to
me
go.
now?
Wonderful, yes.
It is okay now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, okay, nice. So once again, regards from Ohrid to all participants here in this event. Briefly about me, I'm working in Ohrid municipality as energy efficiency advisor, and I'm a member of a team for leading of urban mobility, and currently I'm leading the effect of improving of urban mobility and influence in improving of energy efficiency. A few words about Ohrid. Ohrid is a very ancient town, and this is the largest spiritual, cultural, and touristic place in our country. He is located near the lake, which is very famous. It's some 37 by 17 kilometers, almost 300 meters deep. And because of his ancient, it's a very popular touristic place. And because of that, we have restrictions when we plan and when we renovate the streets. This is one point. And second point is because Ohrid is specific, in summer period, the town become triple more by guests. So it makes us very specific solutions when we plan some renovating of streets and all surrounding. Now, currently, we are on the main town square, which is heart of the town. And the point of this presentation, it is a street. We are very close to that street. But about this main square, it's alive all day, all night, 24 hours, all days in a year. So there are a few paths going there. One path is going to the port where some water transportation means are there. Other part is going to the old town. Some other part is going to the walking area in front of me, and on left side it's a street which we renovate. Better said, reconstruction last year. We are very close now. You will see that street, and this street is a main street which all traffic is going to the main square, means to the center of the town. As you can see, previously this was one lane to both directions, and there is some greenery inside. And now, as you can see, there are two lanes, greenery inside. There is sidewalks on both sides. Also, on the other side, there is a lane for bicycles on the two directions. Also, on the other side of the lane, there is angle parking because in the absence of multi-store garage, we use this parking to solve the stationary traffic. As you can see, the street is very narrow. In order to push the other participants of traffic to use other solutions, not to go on center, because the basic idea was to reduce the flow here and to increase the space for pedestrians and for bicycles. On some 50 meters in front of me, there is a pocket for a taxi area, but that pocket is separated from the street in order not to have interfering in dynamic traffic in this street. Generally, this past year, we have very positive means about the experience what we have here, because as you can see, the street is labeled, completely marked with horizontal, with vertical marks, and that increased the general safety and the flow of traffic. I hope that this short presentation give you some view of our needs as a town and our solution as a municipality. And I encourage you and I invite you to some of next conferences organized by GIZ to be held here in Ohrid, so you will see some other our locations and some other our solutions. In meantime, greetings from Ohrid.
Thank you so much, Zdravko, for this walkthrough, and as they say in Eurovision song, 12 points for Ohrid. Well done.
Point to GIZ. Yes, thank you.
Yes, do stay with us as we will have a talking session later on. Maybe some questions will appear, and I see some very interesting names that I cannot even pronounce with us in the chat, that it's now more than 100 participants. Do let us know, where would you be coming from next year to the Western Balkans? Will it be Ohrid, Belgrade, Podgorica,
Yes.
Pristina,
Yes.
Sarajevo?
Yes, helpful.
Thank you, Zdravko, for now. We will go back to our agenda. There is one city left. I would say the most southern destination today in the Western Balkans. That's Tirana. I would kindly ask, yeah, we have a trio in Tirana. Yes, yes.
Hello from Tirana.
Will introduce us to Tirana. Good morning, Tirana. I'm
Morning.
getting advice that you should position your phone in a landscape mode. So turn it from vertical to horizontal so we get to see more. Brilliant. Let me just briefly introduce you. You will give us presentation about Tirana's cool streets, reclaiming and recovering walking space in the city. You are Marcida Lena, Gentian Neshvatal, and Altin Hisko. I apologize for my bad Albanian, but it shall improve as long as I visit Tirana on my own in next 2 weeks, let's say. Over to you.
You are welcome.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello from Tirana. My name is Marti and I'm with my two colleagues and Altin. And in response to the question who owns the public space, we have decided to showcase our ongoing project, Tirana Street School. Tirana Street School, the street for kids. So we are located near two schools and two kindergarten. This is the first project, in fact, on its kind in Tirana, and it supports at least 1,600 children. These four institutions joined six other, which was completed last year, and they have set the stage for the at least 20 schools. Do you hear me? Sorry. Okay, before we are going to show how this area is transformed, we are going to show some photos, how it was before, and you will see wide lanes for cars, so the cars go fast, park on road. So we will see now how it is transformed. Okay, one-way traffic. So we have reduced the speed for the cars at 20 kilometers per hour. There are wider sidewalks. You can see play areas for children and concrete barriers, and even there are some metal barriers. Okay. We now, okay, you can see the other photos here. Narrow or no sidewalks, so people can walk in the street. This is narrow sidewalks. Okay, the same with the park that with the car that park in the lane. And this other side of the photo that show how it was working to transform all this and going with our project. Okay. Okay. Now we can go. We can go and see the how it improved, and you can see how the people walk with their and safety. So these are the metal barriers. Okay, this is the school Gustav Meyer here. Okay, you can.
Sidewalk is van Leiden. Hi there. We can see here the sidewalk, which is on the same level with the car lane, and before here there was no sidewalk. It was very narrow, less than half a meter, which made it very difficult for pedestrians. Now the lane is narrower, with on-street parking on one side and the 20 kilometer and the 20 kilometer permitted speed. Now this is another education institution. It's a kindergarten. And the same picture was here as well. We narrowed the footpath and installed some physical barriers, metallic ones. Next one are in poured concrete. So it's difficult for the car owners to remove them. Now, this is a continuous struggle. You see the cars pushing to regain back, but we're very, very convinced in our project to pull them back again. More barriers going to be installed till we reach the level of driver's education when they voluntarily are not going to park on the footpath spaces. It is a very, very tough struggle, but we're going to win at the end. There are some intrinsic problems as well. Adjacent to the education institution, there are some households, and they need to have entrance to their houses. So there are some complex situations which ask for solutions. Here you can check on the geometry of the road. The lane is narrower, which is going to keep the car speed low. Now we're completing the circumnavigation of this conglomerate of education institutions, 2 kindergartens and 2 schools. Hello. This is another kindergarten. Now this is new neighborhood situated around 1.5 kilometers from the city center. It's a new neighborhood, densely populated. The buildings are high-rise, so which implies here is the police policing on the measures we have in place. Now next you can see some vans stationed there. These are school vans. They carry on with the pupils' transport from the school to the households and vice versa.
Okay, so this is our project. I think you will you see all the transformation that has made here. So thank you.
Bravo, Tirana. Standing ovations from what I can see in our chat room. Really impressive to see how Tirana residents are, undisturbed by you going around. It's a very smooth walk that you offered to us. They almost serve as a perfect ideal SUM models, I would say. So people are super collaborative and friendly to be seen on the streets that are changing. I would only now draw attention to the chat because we were kindly reminded another link which you can see. It's a changing transport, safer routes to school in Tirana. So you can read more about this project if you go to chat option and I'll look for that link. And this is a bit of trivia. I know that 10 days ago, Mila was in Tirana. So Mila, be so kind and share some Tirana vibes. Were you walking this same route or close to it?
No, no, unfortunately I didn't. But yes, next time I will visit this street for sure.
Paris, Mila? Can we try
Yes.
something? Maybe everyone is still on their walk, and then maybe we can invite them all to turn on their cameras on site so we can make a nice picture with the walking. So I'm interrupting to avoid that everyone goes out of the street, and then maybe they are already. So for the ones that are still on site walking, we would like to have a nice picture of every walking person. So if you can turn on the camera, so nice. If you can help us with the horizontal landscape of your phone, it will be better. Thank you, Silijevic. Okay, great. So, Zdravko, if you can put your telephone in the other horizontal, if you can. Okay, so smiling people, walking people, sunny days. So let's do a nice picture of this Balkans walk. There you are. Nice. Okay, nice pictures, team. You can let me know when we are ready. Yes, cool. Nice. Great. Thank you. The session can keep going. Thank you, Mariana, for the confirmation. Follow us on social media. You will see the picture later. So you can keep on going. Sorry.
I have to apologize. A wonderful interruption, Andrea. Keep them coming. Thank you, all the models, born models on the streets of the Western Balkan cities and capitals. You're possible in future hosts. Why not? Once you're there, let them know you're around. And believe it or not, I'm not sure if I can change my camera. There is sunlight in Sarajevo. Let me point the camera. So all this influence from the Western Balkans made fog go away and brought back sun in capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now you see my not so sunny face, but okay, what's there to be done? It's done. We're ready for conclusions. Stay with us. But maybe, are there any questions that you would specifically would like to ask any of today's presentators and cities? If yes, please write them in chat or raise your hand. This was quite an impressive walkthrough, and from what we can see in chat, you were equally impressed as we are. If you have any, maybe what's the most remarkable, please, I would kindly ask all of you Albanian team to unmute your microphone a bit because we're receiving some sounds. This was walkthrough with zero carbon emission. We did not take any plane. We did not spoil the environment in order to make it to all wonderful cities: Belgrade, Podgorica, Pristina, Sarajevo, Ohrid, and Tirana. There's another link in chat about Tirana's wider efforts to transform into child-friendly city. Good. I'm convinced that our Armin Wagner is equally impressed with everything he saw in the past hour. His face confirms that, yes, this is a face of impressed man. Armin, you're being called upon because you will offer some conclusions and closing remarks, so please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Harris. Thank you very much, dear colleagues. It's really impressive to see the achievements in the Western Balkans region. And I mean, the starting question was, who owns the public space? And in the end, what you showed, it's very much that it's about pedestrians, it's about cyclists, it's about all kinds of sustainable modes of transport, and opening up public spaces for pedestrians, for cyclists, really improves the quality of life in our cities. And what I also liked is what Nermina said, the idea of Lego blocks. And what we have seen is a couple of interesting Lego blocks, templates, which we can use all across the region, but also across the globe at the end. And what is of course needed is to use more of these Lego blocks, put it together to see how they play together, how we can build bigger areas which are free of cars, which are accessible for pedestrians and cyclists. And I really liked the examples from Belgrade, Podgorica, Ohrid, Sarajevo, and Tirana, to see how different starting points, like parks, like streets around schools, like pedestrian areas, are used or how they are improved in order to make them more accessible and better parts of better cities. So what is needed now in the next steps, in the next phase, is to scale it up, to really make this type of technologies, this type of solutions, the new normal. So we should really think on how we can use examples, as also showed from Pristina, with PV parking lots, the solar parking, with permeable surfaces and the shading, how this can be the new normal, so that we do not asphalt parking lots, but that we use it or that we design it in a sustainable way. How we can design areas around schools, as shown in Tirana, in a way that they are accessible for pupils, that they are safe for pupils, that pupils can go on their own to school and do not need to be brought by car. And also Ohrid, with this heritage, with this strong history, with the big history, it shows how public spaces can be used to make cities or more attractive. Same for Belgrade. And I also liked here how urban logistics is integrated, because logistics is indeed becoming a more challenging issue in most of our places. How to integrate it. We do see all this delivery service. We do all see all this kind of small trucks and vehicles which are now occupying our cities. So integrating urban logistics into our concepts it's a big thing. As I said, all these solutions should become the new normal, should be scaled up. And it's good to see that many cities in the region are using SUMPs and the update of SUMPs to integrate these solutions, to expand solutions, and to mainstream this type of solutions in urban planning and transport planning. So let's keep this momentum going in the region. Thanks to all our partners in the region, thanks to all institutions who are working on this, who are also reshaping institutional setups to make sure that they can more effectively deliver services. And thanks to all of you for your hard work, and let's continue to make a difference. And as our colleagues in Tirana said, it's a struggle, but in the end we will win. Thank you.
Thank you, Armin, for conclusions and encouragement in the end to go on, because there is much work waiting to be done. And as you have pointed out, we will win. We will re-own the public spaces for the better of all. Before we conclude, believe it or not, we have come after conclusions to almost end of a session. Cherry on the top will be a video. And for that purpose, I'm going to call our control room in Germany and ever charming Marlene with a question. Marlene, seid ihr bereit? Yes, the video is ready. So let's gonna watch it together. Thank you.
We are excited to meet you next year in Albania, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Serbia, Montenegro, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. See you.
Nothing more to add. Western Balkans 6 await you with open arms. You're more than welcome to our countries and cities, and please do not wait for more invitations than this official and cordial one. We are glad to see you and maybe guide you to some SUM walk in our capitals. That would be it from the Western Balkans. We go back to Andrea Palma, who promised she would be ready to cycle in all the way from Chile to visit Western Balkans.
Yes. Thank you, Harris. I am so looking forward to get in the Balkans. Had never been there, so it's my pin-in next destination for sure. I will let you all know in advance. I will go for cafecito in Montenegro. I will go for walks in Sarajevo Film Festival. I am so looking forward to get to know in firsthand what's going on there. Congratulations to everyone for what you are doing in the streets, for the innovative way you are doing things, for making these sessions so creative and so approachable, so clear for us on what can be done when we come from policy to action and we get to work for people, with people. I am sure it will be a lot of views in this video because I know my colleagues from Latin America were so looking forward for this, but the time zone didn't allow that. So nevertheless, remember this will be on YouTube in Changing Transport channel. what's next? We are going on lunch break now, but in the afternoon, you are all welcoming to be part of the gender session and standards. Let's do the other side of the coin. How we talk about efficiency and the standards and regulations on vehicles efficiency. And before everyone leaves the room, please, 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 we are still 100 people attending. We will appreciate a lot your feedback. We can give your feedback also to the organizers of this session. And as always, Transport Week is built by us for the global community of transport lovers, transport experts, and transport users. So please give us your feedback and stay tuned. If you are not registered yet, register so you will be receiving our newsletter. And before my camera kick me out, I will leave you for now and come back. We will be at 1:30 European time talking about gender. Everyone is welcome. Have a nice evening. Thank you very much for this great session. Looking forward to visit the Balkans. Bye.